Hallihallo. Willkommen zu einer weiteren Folge Greedfall. In der letzten Folge habe ich dem Alchemisten zur Flucht verholfen, bevor er hier gelyncht wird. In dieser Folge werde ich zusehen, dass ich hier noch ein paar Nebenquests insbesondere abschließe, die noch wild auf der Karte verstreut sind. Gerade gucken, was wollte ich hier? Genau, untersuche das Verschwinden des nautischen Novizen. Das wollte ich jetzt mal angehen. Und da stehe ich auch schon vor Vasco, den ich dafür anquatschen muss.
Sir, you still haven't found your cousin. As you well know, we cannot leave without him.
Have no fear. I will bring him back in time to make our scheduled departure. Is everything ready?
I'm still without news of my cabin boy, but we will have to do without.
Okay, hier kann man zwei Aufgaben, glaube ich, bearbeiten. Wir konzentrieren uns mal auf den Schiffsjungen, würde ich sagen.
When did you see your cabin boy for the last time?
It's been 2 days since I've had any news at all. It wasn't out of the ordinary until this morning. My men have free shore leave when we're at dock. But the day of departure, every able-bodied sailor must be present on the ship.
Mal nach den engsten Freunden fragen.
This Jonas, does he have any close friends amongst the crew?
In tradition, we are all members of the same family. But yes, there would be Flavio and Lauro.
Might I have a word with them?
As you wish, you'll find them over there, in port.
Be back soon, Captain.
Wo sind die denn? Da unten oder hier oben? Da drin, okay.
Good day. Someone told me that you're a friend of Jonas's, the young cabin boy who's gone missing.
That's right, yeah. Are you looking for him?
Yes. Your captain asked me to go and find him.
Happy to hear he's taken the disappearance seriously. What can I do for you?
Okay, dann frage ich jetzt einfach jeden, wann er ihn zum letzten Mal
When
gesehen
did
hat.
you last see him?
2 days ago, in the evening. We went to have a drink in the tavern. Jonas, Lauro and myself.
Did anything seem out of the ordinary? Was he troubled?
Maybe a tad troubled. Like he was somewhere else.
Why would that be? Give me your best guess.
Boy, I haven't the faintest idea.
Okay, seine
What does
Gewohnheiten.
Jonas do in his free time, when you're on land?
He just hangs around here or there. You know the cabin boys don't have half a sailor's wages. And when evening comes, we usually go down the tavern with good old Lauro.
Did he ever have one too many?
Never. He sips his pint like it was bad medicine. One drink lasts him the whole night.
Ja, nach den Freunden. Das ist ja einmal sie und dann dieser andere Typ. Mal gucken, ob sie da noch mehr weiß.
Does he know anyone in Serene?
No one, far as I know.
Feinde?
Do you think he could have made himself any enemies?
I wouldn't think that for a moment. Jonas has a good heart and he steers clear of trouble and troublemakers.
I don't know where to start with this. Do you have any idea?
No. Lauro won't stop telling anyone who will lend him an ear that the boy was carried off by thugs.
And you don't believe him?
I like Lauro, don't get me wrong, he's like a brother. But to be honest, he drinks a little more than he should. The itch for a drink gets us all, but to him more than others, and when you drink too much, the imagination wanders. Here, yesterday, it was me who tied one over, and I thought I heard Jonas's voice by the canal. I called back to him, as you guessed, but then nothing. Drink. It blurs the senses.
Okay, dann fragen wir noch nach Kapitän Vasco, warum auch immer.
What do you think about Captain Vasco?
He's a damn good navigator, and an excellent leader of men. He knows his craft well, in spite of being so young.
How old is he?
He's not seen his 25th year yet. If he keeps it up, he'll be an admiral one day.
I need to be going. Farewell.
Okay. Vielleicht finden wir ja den anderen Freund von ihm noch, den Trinker. Der scheint da zu stehen, okay. Ah, Moment. Das sacken wir da eben ein.
Good day, sailor.
Lauro.
I've been told that you know the missing cabin boy well. Is that right?
You talking about Jonas? You bet your stars I know him. But like I've been crying to the 9 death winds, he didn't go missing, he was taken.
Were you a witness to the event?
Yes, I was. Even though I'd had a few tumblers in the belly, I hadn't yet lost my head. The other day, in the tavern, I saw him talking to a well-dressed man, surrounded by some other sly ruffians. And then when we left, him and I, Flavia left a little earlier, you understand? Well, those brutes were there, waiting for him. They just up and took him like that. Grabbed his arms and poof. Gone. Vanished.
Why didn't you intervene?
I tried to, believe me. But my legs betrayed me. Wavering they were. And I fell into the gutter.
Did you report this to the captain?
Unfortunately not. I know all too well what weight my words carry. Even Flavia treated me like a drunken fool. And the captain? No, not telling him that. I still have some pride left. You get me?
Nach dem Gemütszustand des Schiffsjungen fragen, okay.
Did Jonas seem troubled to you the night he disappeared?
Maybe. For sure he wasn't his usual self.
Do you know what was on his mind?
No. No idea.
Why would anyone want to snatch a mere cabin boy?
How would I know? Jonas is a gentle boy who keeps his head down. You think my story is nothing but mist too, don't you?
It's just that I can't imagine a gang of thugs hoping to get a ransom for a cabin boy. Did anyone else see the kidnapping?
There was still a small crowd in the tavern. But outside, I seem to recall that regular being there. We play cards with him from time to time. Kind of fellow who plays from morning to night time to be that skilled. But now and again he comes out. When nature calls, you know. I kind of remember his face being there.
Finde die Zeugen und befrage sie. Okay. Mal gucken, was hat er denn von Kapitän Vasco?
What do you think about Captain Vasco?
He's
Wahrscheinlich
just
auch ein
man
Fan.
who knows his knots. He's well appreciated by the crew. It's a pity that he hasn't much heart for lass now and again. Always seems unhappy, our captain.
Thank you, Lara. I need to be going.
Strange story this is.
Something isn't right here, I can feel it. We need to lift the veil on this.
Okay, okay. Ja, machen wir mal weiter mit unserer vermissten Ermittlung hier. Jonas, bitte melde dich. Finde die Zeugen, befrage sie. Ja, da geht's hin. Ich vermute mal in die Kneipe, wo man mit irgendwelchen anderen Leuten zusammen gesoffen hat, wie er gerade sagte. Wobei der letzte Zeuge da gerade, der war ja eh... Naja. Ein kleiner Säufer. Ah, hier kann ich Sachen herstellen, ne? Der Werktisch. Das Handwerk ermöglicht es dir, deine Waffen und Rüstung zu verbessern. Mithilfe von Wissenschaft kannst du Tränke und Fallen fertigen. Du brauchst Wissen, um den Werktisch verwenden zu können. Erhalt von Wissen, verteile Punkte auf die gewünschten Talente, verwende bestimmte Ausrüstungsteile oder Gefährten, die dir einen Bonus gewähren können. Jeder Talentpunkt schaltet neue Rezepte frei. Du brauchst außerdem Zutaten, die du kaufen oder während Erkundungen finden kannst. Also ich kann jetzt die Sachen wählen, so. Und jetzt? Kann ich jetzt irgendwas mitmachen? Irgendwie nicht, ne? Ah, okay. Fertigungslevel 1 ist die Voraussetzung. Okay, das habe ich noch gar nicht. Also ich denke mal, bei Level 1 wird es anfangen. Das heißt, ich kann hier überhaupt nichts aufrüsten. Aber wo kriege ich dieses Fertigungslevel denn her? Ne, hier scheinbar nicht. Das sieht auch nicht so aus, als ob hier was gehen würde. Ah, Handwerk Level 1. Ah. Ich denke, da müsste ich mal dann ein bisschen Punkte reinstecken auch. Das wäre ganz gut. Mhm. Oh ja, okay, gut zu wissen. Ja, dann gehen wir jetzt mal rein in die Spelunke hier. Ja, bin ja nicht zum ersten Mal hier. So, dann sprechen wir erstmal mit dem Wirt. Wenn nichts wird.
I see you're back. Can I pour you something this time?
Okay, fragen wir ihn mal, ob er was von der Entführung weiß.
I'm looking for a Nord. A young cabin boy who's been missing roll call for 2 days now.
A no, you say? That's not a lot to go on. There are quite a few that come to my tavern.
According to one of his fellows, he would have been taken right here.
A kidnapping. In my establishment. You surely jest. Or at least I hope you do. I would have noticed. That doesn't hold water.
Weiß er denn von den Zeugen?
Someone told me about one of your faithful clients. A big gambler, it would seem.
I see. An able-bodied man. Passes his time lightening the pouches of sailors coming through.
Where might I find him at this time?
Here? He would never give away his chair at his table. Anything else?
I need to be off. Farewell.
Goodbye.
Brudi muss los. Ja, der Marker hat jetzt, glaube ich, wegen Konstantin. Dankeschön. Denn so ziemlich jeden Typen, den ich suche, in dieser Stadt, den suche ich in der Spelunke, so wie es aussieht. Warte mal, oder muss ich den noch was fragen? Moment. Finde die Zeugen und... Ja, klar. Ach, die ganzen Typen, die da sitzen, klar. Jetzt muss ich einen nach dem anderen hier befragen. Und was ich suche, ist ein Spieler. Ich erkenne hier keinen großartigen Spieler. Ich habe aber auch vorhin... Ah, warte mal. Er hier hat doch... Da ist übrigens noch Kohle. Er hat doch einen Marker.
Who are you? I don't recognize you. Am I in your debt?
No. Have no fear about that. It's for a different reason that I am here. I'm looking for a Nort that disappeared 2 days ago, after visiting this establishment. A young cabin boy. 2 members of his crew accompanied him.
Yes, that does ring a bell. I've played with the 3 of them.
What can you tell me about the boy? How was he that night?
He seemed rather nervous, as if he was worried about something. Didn't feel like playing, that I remember. And he must have been right to be nervous, if he's disappeared.
Tell me what happened that evening.
A rich merchant came in, with a band of strong arms. The kind of men you can round up for a few coins, if you catch my drift. They exchanged words with the cabin boy. The kid was defensive, not sitting pretty. And then they finally left.
And after that?
It just so happens that I did go out for a breather. I needed some fresh air. And I think I might well have seen those same men grab him. But that was none of my business. I wouldn't have thought that they were kidnapping him, if that's what it was. They weren't particularly rough with him.
Genau, wer ist denn der Hintermann
Who
hier?
was the rich merchant, do you think? A jilted lover? A moneylender?
No, sir. You are in luck. It so happens that I know the man. It was Sir Fontaine, that merchant.
Where can I find him?
He has a house in the wealthy boroughs, just off the canal. A stone's throw from the Taichi embassy.
Thank you. You've been immensely helpful.
This man is completely owned by his love for the game. Do you think we can trust him?
What would he gain from lying?
I have no idea. But what would any wealthy merchant gain from holding a penniless child?
So, wo haben wir denn das Reichenviertel da oben? So langsam wird ein Schuh draus. Ja, wenn der Typ ein Händler ist, dieser Hintermann, dann... Keine Ahnung, mutmaße ich einfach mal, dass es irgendwie um Schmuggel geht oder irgendwie sowas. Vielleicht von dem Schiff oder anderweitig aus irgendeinem Lager, dass sie den dafür haben wollten, diesen Schiffsjungen. Der nicht mitmachen wollte. Ah, mal gucken. Ich bin sehr gespannt.
Might I help you, sir?
I would like to have a word with Sir Fontaine.
He is absent, but the lady of the house could certainly receive you. Enter, please.
Bittet mich rein und stellt sich mit dem Kopf vor die Wand. Okay. Hallo? Hallo? Wahrscheinlich darf ich hier einfach nach oben gehen. Das scheint die Dame des Hauses zu sein.
Oh, I know you. I've seen you at court. You are Lord Deathadder. And to what do I owe the honor of your visit, Excellency?
I would like to have a word with your husband.
He is not here, but perhaps I could be of help.
It concerns a delicate matter. We're looking for a missing cabin boy. According to witnesses, he had an argument with your husband before being taken.
I see. I am afraid that you have been misled. You seem to have come to the wrong conclusion. The cabin boy you speak of was not taken. He has simply returned home.
Excuse me, but I'm not sure I understand.
Don't you see, Your Excellency? We got our son back.
I am very surprised. Several witnesses confirmed that your son had a fight with your husband, and that his men escorted him from the tavern using force. If he had joined your husband willingly...
Witnesses? In a tavern? And you choose to believe these drunkards over a respectable family?
These witnesses are all in agreement, and it's their testimonies that have led me to your doorstep.
My son was probably shocked to have found us. My husband and the other men might have simply had to carry him. A gesture that your drunkards must have misunderstood.
What was your son doing on a Naut ship? Why would they have taken him?
It is what they do. Through pacts and contracts, they steal away young children from their mothers.
What are you talking about?
I would have thought that a legate would know these things. But it is true that you are young and inexperienced. It seems that you have been protected from the turpitudes of our own nation and their terrible allies. This horrible, constant ransoming that they put us through. But I will not say another word. You will have no trouble verifying the details now that you know what to look for.
Where might I find your son now?
I cannot say, Excellency. You must understand why. Until the Naughts have set sail, we live in fear they will take him back from us.
This pact. It sounds like some fear-inducing story.
The Naughts wouldn't be the first to recruit through dubious means.
Okay, dann sind wir hier fertig. Ja, keine Ahnung, ob es da jetzt wirklich irgendwie... Ob da jetzt was dran ist, dass die Nauten hier irgendwie die Kinder wegnehmen. Oder ob das einfach nur Abenteuerlust von den Kindern ist und Mama da so gar nicht mit einverstanden ist. Dass der Sohnemann da auf dem Schiff geht. Könnte ich mir nämlich auch gut vorstellen. Oh, komme ich jetzt nicht hier durch? Boah. Nee. Muss ich jetzt wieder hier in den Hafen rennen, oder? Oder what? Ja. Ich glaube. Okay, wieder zum Captain. Captain.
Sir, you still haven't found your cousin. As you well know, we cannot leave without him.
Der interessiert sich
Have
gar
no
nicht für den
fear.
Schiffsjungen,
I'll
ey.
bring him back in time to make our scheduled departure. Is everything ready?
I'm still without news of my cabin boy, but we will have to do without.
Okay, dann frage ich nach Madame Fontaine.
I spoke with a woman who told me she was the mother of the cabin boy. She claims that her son was taken from her.
Taken? Her son is sea-gifted. His parents were required to give him up to honor the terms of a contract.
A contract? But what kind of contract are we speaking of?
A commercial contract. In exchange for services rendered by the Naughts, some families cede more than gold. In some cases, nations even trade some of their subjects before they're born. I wouldn't be able to tell you the condition of Jonas's contract. I didn't even know he was originally from Serene. But what I can tell you is the young man hasn't seen his parents since he was a small child. And ever since, he's been a Naught. Our ships are his home. We are his only family.
Okay, ist also doch irgendwie was dran.
Be back soon, Captain.
You see anyone else who might be able to help us? Anyone who's not a Naught?
Sir de Corsillion's a veritable well of scientific knowledge. He could tell us a little more.
Na gut, dann laufen wir jetzt dahin. Wobei, ach, da oben. Der Typ. Okay, okay.
But I still don't see Constantine at your side. I hope he hasn't been the victim of any foul play.
Don't worry. We'll find him in time for departure.
I certainly hope so. Would you be in need of my help in any way?
Okay. Mal fragen, was der dazu sagt, zu diesem
I've
Vertrag.
had a word with Lady Fontaine. You must know her. That rich family that lives near the docks. She told me a strange story about her son who was a cabin boy on our ship. She said that he was taken when he was a child due to some contract with the Naughts.
Who was a cabin boy? Do you mean he's no longer one?
They took him back to bring him home.
Well, that is very unpleasant news, de Sade. We need to do all we can to bring the boy back to his ship. Since time immemorial, there's always been a certain price to pay for the services of the Naughts. Children born on their ships belong to them. It's the rule of the sea. But certain contracts are so important that they also require children to be offered in exchange. From time to time, the congregation has passed such accord, and certain noble families had to give their children up.
Are you telling me that the Fontaines lost their son because of some agreement signed between my uncle and the Naughts?
No. That pact ended a long time ago. This cabin boy couldn't have been a part of that contract. But Sir Fontaine has made a fortune trading with the Alliance, via ships.
Do you mean he would have offered up his own son in exchange for wealth?
Well, he probably did it before the birth of the child, and regretted it afterwards. But that is of little importance. What counts most is that you bring the boy back to the Noughts as quickly as possible. Breaking a contract with the seafarers has always cost us dearly. Our nation could feel it in its coffers.
I will do my best.
A father selling his own son for a few boat rides. For ugly, that is ugly.
Lady Fontaine didn't seem to have any knowledge of that detail. That could be of use to us.
Okay. Nächste Aufgabe wäre dann wieder da oben hin, wo das festgehalten wird. Okay. Ja, hat uns ja gut in Atem gehalten, die Aufgabe. Dafür, dass es nur eine kleine Nebenaufgabe ist. Aber sehr interessant, dieser ganze komische Kinderhandel hier, der irgendwie Normalität zu sein scheint in dieser Realität. Mehr werden wir in dieser Folge dazu aber nicht erfahren, denn die Folge ist schon wieder über der Zeit. Mit der Nebenquest geht es dann in der nächsten Folge weiter. Danach folgt noch so einiges hier. Also ich glaube, ein paar Folgen werden wir noch hier auf Seren sein, bevor es auf die große Insel geht. Ich bin aber selber sehr gespannt. Wenn ihr das auch seid gern in den nächsten Folgen wieder mit von der Partie. Wenn es euch gefallen hat, gebt mir gerne einen Daumen nach oben. Würde mich sehr freuen. Bleibt weiterhin gesund in diesen verrückten Zeiten. Und bis dahin.